All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi, call Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi, Ba'Shem Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect out there. All right, Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, which is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Ba'Shem, which means in the name of. Yahawashi is the name of the only begotten Son, who was sent to deliver the children of Israel from their sins. Ba'Shem Kakwadash means in the name of the Holy Spirit, which is the volume of the book, the Spirit of Truth. Shalom Labaharium, peace to the elect. That's the men, women, and children whose names were written in the Lamb's Book of Life, was ordained to be delivered in these last days. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to bring out this lesson today and show that there was actually mass deportations during the time of Yahawashi's birth, and also two race riots, okay, during the time of Yahawashi's birth and after. All right, you have occurrences of deportation of the children of Israel, the Jews, if you will, being expelled out of different countries and different lands because of the uprising and the awakening of the Messiah, okay, Yahawashi, okay. And there, if you don't know, America is modern day Rome. All right, modern day Rome, okay, is America. And with that being said, the same things that ancient Rome did, America's going to do, modern day Rome is going to do. All right, because it is reincarnated and everything is reincarnated. Okay, so in this book of chapter Luke chapter 2, it says, "And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed, everyone in his own city." Okay, it says in the NLT, I'm going to read it. It says, "At the time of the Roman Emperor Augustus, decreed that a census should be taken through the Roman Empire. This was the first census taken when Quirinius was governor of Syria." And we're going to get into Quirinius in a moment. "All returned to their own ancestral towns to register for this census." You see? So in order for Augustus to get a census on the people on the different provinces that were ruled by the Roman Empire, he forced the people out of the city that they were in, and they had to go back into their own land, which that's also prophecy according to the end times as well. Okay, according to what? Babylon the Great. In fact, I'm gonna just get it. All right, Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 16. "Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land." Okay, and that's going to happen, and it's going to be forced as well. Okay, it's going to be forced, and it's going to lead to race riots. Okay, I have an article here real quick. This is from The Guardian, that the KKK distributes flyers in Kentucky telling immigrants to leave now. All right, and in this article, it explains how, you know, the flyer went out to the people in the neighborhood, in the area, with proclamation, and it describes what it looks like. And in fact, I have it. Bear with me a moment. Okay. Bear with me. We'll get back to that as well. Here we go. This is what the flyer looks like. Okay. It says, "Leave now." Okay. "Avoid deportation." All right. There goes Uncle Sam. All right. Kicking these people out with a proclamation, with a letter. All right. This is the Trinity White Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. Okay. So look, this is real. It's about to turn up. All right. And a large reason is because of the grand awakening of the children of Israel coming into the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi. Okay, it's no coincidence that the downfall of America and the end of the world is likened unto a woman giving birth pains. All right, birth pains of a woman. I brought that out yesterday. All right, I believe that's John the 16th chapter. All right, it talks about the sorrow. All right, yeah, John 16 and 20, if I'm not mistaken. All right, you can look that up for yourself. All right, so right now, figuratively speaking, we're living in the time of the birth of Yahawashi all over again. But yet the birth this time is what? The word of the Lord, the newborn babes. So you can understand, all right, that are coming into the knowledge and learning and waking up to the truth of them being Israelites and following Yahawashi. Okay, so just like when Yahawashi was in the womb of his mother, And with his father, his biological father, Joseph, all right, there was what? A census. There was a taxation. People were being moved out of out of the country that they were in and going into the country in which they came from. Okay? So again, there's no new thing under the sun. Now, when you go to the book of Acts, the 5th chapter, all right, Acts 5. Matter of fact, bear with me a second. Let's go back to Luke 2, just so you understand. And then it says in the 3rd verse, and all went to be taxed, everyone to his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. So again, all these things were accumulating during the time of Yahawashi's birth. The word of the Lord is going out right now on a large scale. So guess what? This devil is coming down with great wrath because he knows that he have but a short time. Okay? So from here, now remember this name here where it says this was the first census taken when Quirinius was governor of Syria. Now when we go to Acts the 5th chapter in the 37th verse, this is during the council of Gamaliel speaking up for the apostles when they were being beaten by the Pharisees for teaching the name of the Lord. And Gamaliel, he warned them, okay, he admonished them to not be hasty in their judgment. All right. And then here he gives examples of men that he's seen that men followed at one point in time, but the Most High wasn't with them. Verse 35, and said unto them, ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do as touching these men. For before these days arose up Theudius, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who was slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to nothing, or brought to naught. Right? And I'm going to read it in the NLT, just for layman's terms, if you will. Some time ago, there was that fellow Theudius who pretended to be someone great. About 400 others joined him, but he was killed. And all his followers went to their various ways. The whole movement came to nothing. Verse 37, after him, at the time of the census, right, there was Judas of Galilee. He got people to follow him, but he was killed too. And all his followers were scattered, okay? Now, in the King James, it says, after this man rose up Judas Galilee in the days of taxing, the days of the census, the days of the taxing, all right? Now, when you go to Acts 37, okay, and we're going to click on Judas here in the Blue Letter Bible, all right? And you can see one of the definitions because there were many Judases that were mentioned in the scriptures. This Judas that was mentioned is here at the 1C. A man surnamed Galilean, who at the time of the census of Quirinius excited the revolt in Galilee. Acts 5 and 37. There you go. All right. So what did he do? He rose up. There was a race riot. All right. Who did he rise up against? The Romans. Okay, there was class wars too, because you did have Israelites that were amongst the Roman Empire as well. Okay, like you had the man that was of the Augustus band. I can't think of his name. I don't even know if the man named the centurion. He was a centurion of the Augustus band. All right, and I believe Yahawashi healed his son or his daughter. Okay, it escapes me for the moment. Furthermore, you had Cornelius, okay, of the Italian band. Okay, which was an Israelite, but what? They were soldiers of the Roman Empire. All right, you even had publicans like Thomas who worked for the Roman Empire. Okay, so there were class wars, there were class riots during the time of Yahawashi's birth and also too after. Okay, so and just like how I showed you earlier with the KKK, and that's just one state. Okay, which by the way, Kentucky is a Commonwealth state, which those Commonwealth states are known to be racist, flat out, super racist. Virginia is 3 of them in the whole country: Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Kentucky. All right. Now, another example I want to show real quick, all right, is when we go to the book of Acts, chapter 18. I'm going to start at verse 1. After these things, Paul departed from Athens and came to Corinth, and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy, with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome, and came unto them, right? All right, so you had Priscilla and Aquila, all right, this couple that were believers of the Lord, that knew Paul. They were tent makers together, that had came from Italy because there was an expulsion. Okay, there was an expulsion. There was a deportation. All right, another mass deportation, but this time this was during the early church, the birth of the church. All right, how the word of the Lord was spreading throughout the different countries of Asia Minor. All right, where the disciples and, the apostles, so on and so forth, were going to and spreading forth the word. Okay, so real quick, I looked it up. All right, this is in Wikipedia. It says Josephus reports in the 9th year the Jews were expelled by Claudius from the city. But Suetonius, who speaks as follows, influences me more. Claudius expelled from Rome the Jews constantly rioting at the instigation of the anointed, of Yahawashi. Okay, and this is from Wikipedia. All right, it says this is Claudius' expulsion of the Jews from Rome, references to the expulsion of the Jews from Rome by the Emperor Claudius. Okay, it says he was in office, right? It says appear in the Acts of the Apostles 18:2, in the writings of Roman historian Suetonius, all right, AD 69 to AD 122. This is Cassio Dio, AD 150 to 235. So they lived, about 100, 200 years after this actually took place. All right, these are Roman historians that lived shortly after Claudius' expulsion of the Jews out of Rome. All right, and 5th century Christian author Paulus Orosius, scholars generally agree that these references refer to the same incident. The exact date is uncertain. The maximum time window of the expulsion of the Jews from Rome is from January AD 41 until January AD 53. More details estimate, such as those based on 49, okay, so on and so forth, okay? All right? And this is Suetonius. Okay, it says the expulsion event Suetonius refers to, okay, necessarily later than AD 41 and earlier than AD 54. The expulsion is mentioned in the last quarter of a list of Claudius's actions during his reign. However, precisely dating the expulsion from Suetonius provides some challenges, all right, so on and so forth. Okay, just giving some more detail on the chronological order of the occurrence of the expulsion. All right, bear with me a second. It says the passage may suggest that in the mid-1st century, the Romans still viewed Christianity as a Jewish sect. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Historians debate whether or not the Roman government distinguished between Christians and Jews. Woo! Okay. There you go, man. And that's going to happen too. Just, as a sidebar, look, the persecution that's happening on our people, because let's keep it, let's be honest here. All right. The whole reason of the deportation, the mass deportation here in America, Babylon the Great, is for the northern tribe. All right. The so-called Mexicans, which are the tribe of Issachar, the so-called Central Americans, which are from the tribe of Zebulon. All right. When people think of deportation, when people think of immigration and illegal aliens, that's the picture that comes in their mind. All right. So a lot of our people are going to get categorized as well because of this word. All right. Moving forward, because there is going to be a mass persecution, All right, a great persecution, or the scriptures call it the great tribulation, the time of Jacob's trouble, where there's going to be a full onslaught and hunt for the men of the Lord. But you're going to have the common everyday Jake Israelite from their respective tribes getting caught in the mix that don't even believe in the word. So just like how in ancient Rome, they categorized the Christians and the Jews together, showing you that the gospel was only for the Jews in the first place. Okay? It says, prior to Nerva's modification of the Fiscus Judaicus in AD 96, from then on, practicing Jews paid the tax. Christians did not. Okay, so there you go. All right. See, here we go. Silvius Capitelli describes Claudius' motivation as the need to control the population of Rome and prevent political meetings. Whoa! What are these political meetings? Just like how we go on the highways and hedges and teach, that's viewed as a political meeting. All right? He did not have an anti-Jewish policy. Donna Hurley explains that Suetonius includes the expulsion among problems with foreign populations, not among religions, okay? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It says here, I'm going to just jump down in the middle of this paragraph here. Bear with me. Although Silvia Capitelli discounts Singerland's view of Crestus as a too subtle argument from silence, Neil Elliott states following H. Dixon Slingerland's meticulous work, I do not believe any of us can assume that the expulsion of some Jews under Claudius was the result of Christian agitation. Well, we understand that it was, because what? Nothing is new under the sun. All right, and that's pretty much it, man. All right, it's the same thing now. All right, there's going to be a great expulsion. There's going to be an uprising and a persecution of the children of Israel, just like how back then, because of what? Because of the spirit of Yahawashi. All right, the spirit of Yahawashi is an agitating spirit. Okay, he is also known as what? The rock of offense. Okay, so when this word is being brought forth, all right, it agitates people's spirits. Okay, it causes it causes arguments. It causes different occurrences, tumults, if you will. Just like when Paul, that's all throughout the scriptures. So to hell with what they got to say. When you look at what Paul was going from city to city, what was it doing? It was agitating people's spirits. They were getting ran out of cities. They were being stoned. All right, they were being jailed. All right. So look, it only makes sense. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that, man. I just wanted to bring that out. Found it interesting that, back during that time of the awakening of Yahawashi and Yahawashi's birth and, the ministry and the gospel being spread forth, you had these deportations. And there's no new thing under the sun. As this word is growing, you're going to get more and more of that. This is just the beginning. I said that yesterday in the video, that all this stuff is just a splash for the flood to come. When the enemy shall come in like a flood. All right, because the enemy it's going to get worse. All right, but I'm going to close on that, man. Call Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Akakwadash. Shalom to the elect out there.